Today we're going to work in a Welsh event, St. David's Day. One of the things that we're going to do is the leek and half a cheese strudel. That is making with filo pastry, leek and half a cheese. Half a cheese is a mature cheddar that we use. It's not easy to find it, but you could get it in iGourmet, and for sure they have it. It's a very rich appetizer or a main course, very good vegetarian dish if you want to use it as. What I do is I change the recipe a little bit. I didn't saute the leeks. What I do is just put it in the oven. I cut it in small squares, 1 inch, and then I put it in the oven, cover it, and they're gonna release the water and they're gonna tender and it's gonna be ready. So then we just add salt, pepper, and mace or nutmeg to the leek to make the base. I try to reduce as much as I can the use of any fat or oil in this dish because you have cheese, so it's very rich, as I said before. So we just mix it to make sure it's even in the flavor. We don't put too many spices because what we want to be is a good relation between the leek and the cheese. So we don't go crazy with too many spices. Pepper, mace or nutmeg, and salt. What I have here is cream cheese. People use heavy cream, things like that. I don't do it. I mix it a little bit, cream cheese with the half of cheese, okay, to give it a good consistency of the leek. So we mix it up properly. You see, it's not a large amount. Half of cheese is an organic cheese. It's very strong. Okay, you find them in an organic version and in the regular version. It's from Wales. So what I do is I chop a little date or apricot and I mix it a little bit with the leek. So this is gonna give you like a hint, you know, a small touch of flavor on the leek. So people could really appreciate it. If you want to mix it with some Stilton cheese, you could do that too, if you like strong flavors. So as you see, we have the base already here. It's very moisturized, it's very juicy, okay, but it's good. You don't want to get the leek so dry. So we have here already grated our cheese, half of cheese. That's another thing. I mix half of the cheese with a mozzarella cheese. Why? Mozzarella cheese is going to give you more consistency to the cheddar. When they go together, they really do a very good mix, and you're going to have a nice layer of cheese in top. Okay, so we're going to start to produce this. Let me take these gloves out and work it with new ones. Always when you do this, I suggest to change your gloves, so you know, after mixing, so you avoid the cross-contamination of the food. Now, healthy rules, hygienic rules is going to keep it in a very safety way. Okay? So we spray a little bit here. The strudel most of the time is rounded, you know, it's like a lot. I do it in a buffet version, where it's very close to the spanakopita or different names that they have for this. But basically, in the essence, it's the same thing. It's not a big difference. So we have here the filo pastry. The filo pastry you have to work on very fast. It's not the pastry that they're going to be there for longer period because they dry it up so fast. So what you do is you just put some on the base to protect the base. Okay, so it doesn't get stick anything there. Good. Okay, we have already the first layer. So then we go with the leek. could do it also in small versions for hors d'oeuvres. Okay, which is also very good. So when you do the leeks in the oven, they're gonna still more crispy, nice. That's it. We got our first layer, so then we go with our second layer of pastry, filo pastry. You could use 4 or 5 layers, okay, to give it a good shape. Okay. Yes. You want to cut it fine, or if you want to fold it inside, you could do that also as well. Okay? We have a second layer, so then we go with the cheese. Mozzarella cheese is going to reduce the strong flavor of the mature cheddar, and it's going to stick it together in a very nice layer of cheese, so it doesn't going to run down. So we get this done, we go with another layer of filo. Easy to work with gloves, guys, but it's the best way to do healthy meals. Yeah? I know sometimes you think, oh, it's for myself, it's for my family, I don't need to do gloves, but believe me, most of the sickness, most of the illness that you get in your stomach came from home. It doesn't come from outside. So always keep that in mind. We go with more leek. It's always good to put some filo layers between the leeks and the cheese so they don't mix together, and when you cut it, you could see the separation from the leek and the cheese, where it look amazing, because it look like a lasagna, okay? And the filo is very, very thin, very delicate, so it doesn't going to really give you too much fattening or carbs in your system. Yeah? We got it done. So then we just go ahead again with more cheese. Last layer of filo. So this layer is just to cover so the cheese is doesn't gonna get gratin, because otherwise it's not gonna be strudel, it's gonna be a gratin. You could do it too, okay? You could use the same recipe for that, with no problem. You have it down here. You press it to make sure it's all well. And then you spray a little oil in top. After that, 30 minutes in the oven that you preset to 400 degrees. You put it there for 30 minutes and it should be nice. If they start to get too crispy, just cover it with a paper in top, aluminum foil or something, to avoid they get burned. So keep in touch. I'm going to show you later on how this is going to look in the time that we're going to serve on the buffet. Me again, guys. This is the result of our Leek and half cheese strudel. As you can see, it's nice and crispy on top, and maybe we could see from here is the divisions between the cheese and the Leek. It's a beautiful dish for a dessert, I'm sorry, for a buffet, and really good if you want to do a small in tartlet. One of the best orders you could do it for a vegetarian options. Keep in touch.